recording down here.
Why can't I be here?
Because this is property, you can't be on here.
Why do you want to record it anyway?
I'm just curious.
Curious of what?
The area.
Then you need to stop recording down there for us.
No, I can't. Can I not stay here? Like, I'm not causing any trouble.
No, sorry.
But there's no like barrier stopping me from. I haven't jumped over a barrier to come here.
There's traffic coming up and down. So
Yeah, well that's why I'm
How do we
that's why I'm
know
on the
someone
footpath
comes to
bit.
that gate, not going to go through?
Yeah, but I'm on the footpath bit, aren't I?
Yeah, but how do we know they're not going to go through the gate?
I'm not going to go.
Well,
Is
we
it
can't
not a
take
secure
your word
gate?
for that.
So just step downside for us.
No. I've got implied right of access here.
No, you haven't.
I do.
You haven't got access to here.
Yeah, not in there, but here it's fine.
It
That's why there's a gate there.
Well, we're telling you, we want you to stand over there.
Well, I don't take orders from you.
Well, I don't ask you to, but we're telling you, it's private property.
Well, I can't move, I'm afraid.
Why can't you?
Because there's nothing stopping me from being here. I've just walked up here.
because you're not an officer.
Yeah, I know, but anyone can walk up here. If you wanted this, to be secure, I'm not, man. I'm not.
You just need to come down there.
I don't need to go anywhere.
We don't mind you on the path, but not here.
Yeah, don't even think about putting hands on me or anything like that.
Well,
No, we're not.
Move.
No. You ain't gonna put hands on me.
So why won't you move?
Because I don't need to. Because look, alright, beyond there it's fine, but here there's no gate stopping me from being here, so I can be here.
There's nothing stopping you. This is why we're here.
Stand here all day if you want, in the rain.
Alright, let's stand here then. Yo bro, come up here.
You stay there. You stay there. I said so, stay there.
Bro, you can be here, it's fine.
You can't, we're telling you. Why are you recording it for? Out of curiosity, why are you recording it?
I just I go around filming police stations and stuff like that.
Be interested, though?
I don't know, hopefully people will be interested. I don't know if they are or not, but I hope that people will want to watch this. They might not. Well, I'm not trying to provoke you, man. I'm like,
yeah, but
this is not like a personal thing. I'm not cussing you or nothing like that.
It's not personal.
It's not. I'm not trying to.
I'm doing my job, but you can't.
Yeah, I can be here though. If I started trying to like go in there and stuff, I'd be like, fair enough. But I can actually be here.
It's still private property, this bit. That's what that says.
Nah, but there's no implied access. Only the landowner can take me off. Excuse me.
Your mate's being sensible, but you're not.
All right. That's why I'm hanging out with him today, so to learn some things off him.
Tell him what?
To learn how to be sensible.
Well, you're not sensible.
No, man. I've got a lot of growing up to do, man. I don't know what to say.
Well, yeah. Just stand on there. You're not going to get anywhere, so just stand there, and you'll be fine.
You got any sort of like jurisdiction or anything like?
Okay.
What
The
kind of
security
jurisdiction?
for the building. We look after the building.
You can do what you want there, but I don't know why you're not going down there. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you're determined to stand there.
We're not stopping you from standing there and recording there, but not here.
Can you ask
So
nice?
do the
Can you ask
sensible
nicely?
Hey,
Can you
please.
ask-
Come on.
You've got to be fair. We're just doing our job. We don't mind you recording. We
Yeah.
don't. But do it sensibly.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So if you're staying
So how did you know that I'd gone up there?
We've got cameras.
All right.
Okay. So you're going to stay here?
Fine, I'll stay.
Thank you.
Seeing as you asked nicely.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if they were going to get rowdy or not. And when I realised they weren't, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that, sir.
Because they were going to get rowdy, then it was, you know what I mean? That never works. Nah, they brought every place we've gone to has been dead. I don't understand. Or should we go back up? Were they stopping, are they? Yeah. Come on, then. Yeah, you better not be. They best not be parking there. Sorry. Did you call them? You can't. Oh, you can't park there. You know.
Hello, you're right.
I'm not alright. No.
No.
Why have you parked there?
I'm just going to speak to you at the moment. I think it's yourself. We've had a call.
You're welcome to speak to me, but I don't feel like you should be parking on double yellow.
Just for while we talk to you.
Yeah,
Just here for a
alright.
short time.
Can I do that
We've
then?
had another officer who's highlighted the fact that you're here potentially filming.
Yeah.
It's just to ask you the question as to why as to what it is that you're doing. It's just a polite request to ask what it is you're doing. There's no animosity in it. It's
Thank you,
just to
thank
see
you.
what
No, I
you're
appreciate
doing.
that.
Okay.
I'm not required to give any explanation
Okay.
because
The only thing I would say, and this is again still linked in with the polite request, is just the fact that you are, once on this ramp here,
right.
it's part of the police premises.
So that you're saying that's private property, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So do you guys not have an occupational lease for that?
Yes, it's in Lloyd House.
Yeah. So is there not an implied right of access for me to step there? Obviously, I couldn't go beyond the gate.
You can't go there. That's the boundary there. So.
I don't really understand why though.
Because that's police premises.
Just because if you just look there, it does just.
But police premises is not paid for by the taxpayer. If you're using this, if you're leasing this building to use it as a public service, as a taxpayer, I have a right to be there.
Public here, sir. That's private there.
Just as on the flip side, if you go to a police station, there's obviously certain places within a police station that you can't go. So,
right.
So on most police stations, they're all
Yeah, but
sort of card accessed and or key coded access, and that's because we don't necessarily want every member of the public. Though as a taxpayer, me and my colleagues, we're taxpayers.
No, irrespective, but like you've mentioned, places that are like security coded off or whatever, or barriers, like that's showing the clear public-private boundary. I haven't hopped in, I didn't hop any fences to go and stand there. Yeah. I don't want to be silly and be petty over standing here or there. I'll stand here,
and like I said,
just not to be petty, but...
Yeah, and like I said right at the beginning, it's not a case of I haven't had a report that you're causing real damage or you're trying to get into anywhere, it's nothing like that.
But technically I can stand there, but I'm not going to because I don't want to be petty.
It is private.
But is it implied right of access?
It's
and
private
there's no...
property, sir. It's private property.
So what would happen if I stand there?
Well, then we can escort you off the premises.
Well, physically escort me.
If we need to.
Is it not a civil matter?
No, it's not if we need to.
But you have an occupational lease here
sir,
for it to use as a service.
Property. It's private property. You can stand here, this is public, that is private there.
Okay, would you mind identifying yourself, please?
Yeah, my collar number's on my shoulder.
And what's your name and what police
You don't
station
need
are
my
you based
name,
at?
you've got my collar number there.
And what's your rank?
Identifies me. That's it.
So it's not very professional. Like I would really expect you to identify by, you know,
my
name.
Number, yes, my collar number.
So not the station you're attached at.
My collar number's there.
Okay, yourself.
PC Harwood 225 I'm based at.
So why couldn't you just do what he done?
It's not a requirement.
It's not a requirement.
It is a requirement.
No, it's not.
It's a requirement to provide.
Oh, but don't get angry, man. Chill out, man. No, you're getting a little bit angry, but talk properly.
You can have my collar number with pleasure. That's not a problem.
Just relax, like.
I am relaxed.
You're not de-escalating the situation too good.
I'm not. I'm being relaxed.
And Miss, finally, would you mind identifying?
My collar number is 22655.
Okay, are we happy with that?
As long as you don't go on the police premises, that's fine.
You can't help but give some sort of like directive, like.
Directive for what?
He politely requested
What
it.
directive do you want?
You're just giving orders like, oh, don't do that, don't do that.
No,
like.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but your colleagues dealt with it, and now you're feeling the need to like.
Well, I mean, whether how people deal with it politely, as I've said, the first request that I asked was, what is it that you're here for? You obviously you haven't provided any details, and you said you're not at liberty to do any of that. At the moment, I'm not requiring you to. I haven't asked you to. But the second part of my polite request would be that we have obviously now advised you that it is private premises because it comes under a police building. So my polite request would be, as my colleague has clearly stated, that as it's a police premises, we require you not to be on there.
Just a bit petty. Like what could I possibly achieve from there that I couldn't do here?
Can I explain more?
Yeah, please explain.
So
I would really explain.
The reason that we're initially here was because that another member of the police seen you on the premises. Now, they've not encountered you, they've not spoken to you, and they've not had this conversation that we've had. But obviously, you said that you just hit. Well, you haven't explained to me why you're here. But it's just a concern. Do you know what I mean? If somebody's on a police premises, they raise that.
Have I ceased your concerns now?
Say that again.
Have I like ceased your suspicion?
Not totally, only because I don't know who you are. I know you say there's no reason for me to ask.
Well, what could I possibly be doing? Like,
well, I don't know. That's the point. It's a
well, your
premises.
suspicion. Like, what are you suspicious of? Like, you must have an idea.
Why is it today that you've chosen to come to a police premises as opposed to going into a Tesco? Why is that? Is there a reason? And again, I think it's just a polite request, isn't it?
It's an interesting question. I don't have any business at Tesco.
My job as a police officer is to be making sure that everything is, law and order. And if somebody's stood on a police premises, then I've got a reason to ask that. Likewise, if you worked at Tesco,
but
and you came in with a camera in Tesco or around Tesco, as a worker for Tesco, it'd probably be my duty to come over and say, "Hi, is there anything I can help you with?" And that's all I'm doing.
So why am I filming here and not Tesco?
That's part of my request, yeah.
So the public are interested in stuff like this. police buildings and stuff. So yeah, but again, like I make the point again. I don't know what I could possibly do from there, which I couldn't do here.
It's not a case of what you can and can't do. It's a case of if you stood on there, firstly, you can't.
Just feels like you're just exercising any sort of little jurisdiction you've got.
No,
like
it's not about that. All we've done is we've been really honest and we've said, look, that's part of a police building. We politely request that you're not on there, but that is a polite request.
For what reason?
Because you can't be on there. That's the point. That's the second part of it. So we've politely requested you not to be there, but it is part of the police.
And you can't be parked on double yellows, but.
Well, at the moment we're attending an.
Is this an emergency? Is this an emergency?
Well, I won't go into police gradings, but because you're a member of the public that has gained access to a police building or part of
Are you recording me, by the way? You need to let me know. You need to let me know before you start recording me. No, you definitely do.
It's not required.
It's required because you work for a company, so you collect data on individuals. So under GDPR legislation, you have to let me know as you're collating, because you're collating information on me right now. I can, but so that's why it's in your policy that you let me know. Do you understand? It absolutely is. I'm not trying to be like Aggie, but it actually is, honestly. It's cool, I'm not going to make a problem out of it. No, it is.
That's your opinion.
It's not an opinion, it's written down online. It's honestly, it's policy. Because for the reasons I've explained, because of GDPR.
Like my colleague said, you can request it.
Likewise, if I worked for a company and I started filming members of the public, I'd have to let them know as well. Obviously, it's not a crime to film from public, but if I'm managing or handling someone's data, which you guys do,
Yes.
yeah?
You are, and like my colleague said, you're allowed to request that if you need it.
Of course, but the reason
Like,
for letting
if you
people
went
know,
round and started filming outside, which you're allowed to do.
yes.
Just like
I know I can request it. That's what I'm not.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to request it at this point, but I'm just letting you know, like, not to get into an argument, but just next time, just bear that in mind when you turn it on.
I'm aware of how I need to use my body cam, so thank you.
I'm not trying to lecture you, but
Well, it's kind of like
maybe in an emergency you may not have time to let them know, and stuff's going on. But in
We
a
don't
calm
need to let people
situation
know
like
we
this, I
use
would
our
really
body
expect you
cams.
to. I would really expect you to.
You might expect us to, but it doesn't mean that we need to.
Okay, well,
Just also be aware as well, like my colleague said, because you're filming in police premises, you probably are going to get police officers asking you what you're doing.
okay.
Because
Would
like
you
my
mind
colleague said,
circulating it? So
You don't need to know what my colleague said about gradings and police requirements and stuff like that. But
why would
I'm
I
just
not know? I'm a
making
member of the
you aware.
public. My tax pay for your
Okay.
service, so why would
My
I not
tax
need to
also
know?
pays for my service
You
as
don't
well.
pay tax though.
Yeah,
You pay tax on tax. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Anyway.
Not really making sense either, but like my colleague said, you probably will get other police officers asking you what you're
So yeah,
doing
if you
as
would just circulate it, then at least that way other officers wouldn't be.
well, they might still want to ask you anyway. Just have
But
a
why?
nice friendly conversation with
Because
you.
you know, like,
Really
I mean,
matter.
I hope by now I would have ceased your suspicion. So if we could just circulate it, let them know that there's this member of the public that's taken an interest in the back gate.
You okay?
You haven't really explained why.
Don't need
so-
to explain.
Altogether,
Well,
right?
then you haven't really got rid of our suspicions, have you?
No.
So
not
I mean,
really, but
what
kind.
can I do to help
It's all
you?
very vague, isn't it?
You can
So-
explain why, like my colleague said, why you.
I don't have to explain why though.
No,
I'm in a
yeah,
public
No,
place
then
doing a
that's
legal
fine,
activity.
That's your choice. Alright. You've asked what you could do to alleviate that, and I've explained, and you said you're not wanting to do that, which is fine. That's your choice.
And
I've
and
given
that's-
over plenty of
and
information,
that's-
to be fair.
That's probably why it's going to continue. So you're saying I don't understand.
Yeah, but
If you
circulate it, bruh.
Yeah, but my point is, and like we've just said, even if we circulate it,
Yeah,
the point is, even if you're still here,
Yeah.
people are still probably going to call up and ask. Not everybody operates on the same radio channel. Not everybody is aware of logs
Not the
which
same
are
control in
created
that.
and- say that again, yeah.
not the same like control. Yeah.
Not everyone operates on the same thing. People could be from another part of the force and could come here because it is obviously the headquarters for West Mids. They could come here for other operational reasons and they might not be aware of that, and then they might get out the car and see yourself there and come and have exactly the same conversation that we've had. The point that we're trying to make, and like my colleague said as well, we have kindly requested what it is that you're doing.
Does this look
Obviously,
dodgy or something?
It does, yeah.
Why?
It
The
does.
car's not
Because
MOT'd in there or
the
something?
21st century, to
Yeah.
be filming a police station,
Right.
I'm sure you can probably understand.
Ah.
You seem like quite an intelligent person. I'm sure you can understand what it is that we have to investigate. If
What
somebody
is that?
stood around a police, but
So you're talking about current climate, are you? 2021?
Potentially.
So what's the current
Not necessarily
climate?
2021, but
Since what? 2001.
well, for a long time, really. People.
So what are you alluding to?
What am I alluding to?
Yeah, yeah. What are you referencing?
I'm referencing safety concerns at police.
Regarding
buildings,
what?
Or regarding anybody that stood outside
Just
filming.
like there would be in any other premises if you were filming anywhere else. Like my colleague said, if you went
Look,
into
back to the
Tesco and
Tesco
tonight
and stuff.
filming, they would do the same thing. They'd have security come over and say,
Oh.
excuse me, why are you filming? Which is exactly
I thought you were going to start saying something to do with terrorism and stuff.
No, I haven't
Okay. No, because when you said 2021, I don't know. My bad, my mistake. If
Just the way, you know, there's
I don't want to put words in your mouth, so if that's not the case, then I apologise if that's not the case. But
thank you. It's not something I'm suggesting.
Okay, good.
Just, you know, if obviously I'm an operational police officer, I'm out and about, there's people in the front office that don't have the same powers that we do, that don't do the same.
What powers would you look to use to stop a member of the public filming?
I'm not discussing this is just a polite conversation. If you wanted to walk away, or if I wanted to walk away, then we could. My job dictates that I need to kind of have this conversation, but if you chose to walk away, there's nothing stopping you. The point is, if the staff in there that obviously don't necessarily deal with this maybe as much as we do working in the 6th centre, they might have a cause for concern, which is where our response has come from, in that we've had to come because somebody said, oh, there's somebody outside filming the building. And like you say, they work for a company, same as we work for a company, and they're thinking about their concerns, and they're thinking about potentially, I would hope, the company's concerns in terms of West Midlands Police.
Funny how police services are registered as companies. But anyway, so if you were to guess, what would you think my purpose is?
Well, I don't know. I'm like you saying, I don't
guess,
want to allude to anything. That's why I've politely requested what it is.
But are you confident now? I'm not here for anything dodgy.
No, not really. I don't know. We've had a polite conversation, but I've got to be honest. And again, like you say, I've got no ability.
So you need to investigate further.
I would potentially say so. Yeah, not that, like you say, I've got a reason to request it at the moment. But if it was to have your details and to know a bit more about you and what it is that you're about.
You know I can't. You know I'm not going to give details.
Well, I potentially know that. But I can politely request that.
You can, but why would I give over? How would giving my details help you?
Because, going back to the last sentence, if I'm happier that I know who you are, so at the moment, you're a total unknown. You're just a chap with a camera outside a police station. If I've got your details and I know what you're about, maybe you've got no previous with the police, maybe you're the victim of crime, maybe you're the offender for the crime, I'm not making assumptions. But if I know more about you and who you are, and I can build a bigger picture as to alleviate any concerns that I might have, that sort of reduces the concern that I've got here and now, and the reason to have these conversations sort of ceases. And that's the same for other officers, because if I pass over the air, over my radio, oh, there's a chap filming the building, I've had a chat with him, and they say, okay, who is he, what's he doing, and I say, I don't know, then you're going to have more police officers come talk to you, surely. If I say, I've had a chat with him, this is his name, John Smith.
But all I've got is a camera, what could I possibly do with this? I don't think it was a very effective weapon. You've got a taser and that.
I'm not saying it's a weapon, is it? Well, we're not talking about tasers or...
I know, but what could I possibly do here?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what...
you have to go on based on what you do know, though.
No, but I don't know what the Well, what I do know is that, like I say, as I've already said, there's a chap outside filming a police station.
If I'm happy with how this unpans, then, or unfolds, should I say, I'll give an explanation to what I'm doing here.
When you say this, is
just
it
the situation, just how you go about.
Well, what is the end game for you then? Because you're saying if I'm happy with this, then I'll make, you'll say you can make a decision.
There's no end game. This is.
So if you're happy with our encounter, what happens?
I'll continue filming.
What, here?
If you're not happy, you continue filming.
Say again.
And if you're not happy, you still continue filming.
Well, if I'm able to, I wouldn't really expect to be stopped.
In that sense, the outcome doesn't really change, does it? From your perspective.
Well, the only difference would be, in one scenario, I'll tell you what I'm here to do. In the other scenario, you won't have the privilege of getting that information.
Is there anything at this moment in time that I've said to you in our conversation that would prevent you from telling me what
nothing.
Is it just a personal choice that you choose not to tell me?
Yeah, that's right.
Is there any way that we could continue this conversation with perhaps telling me what it is that you're here for? I'm sure you can see we're just going round in a circle. I'm saying the same things, and I think I'm saying them in a polite way, but it is just a point to make. If I have more idea of what it is that we're doing, then we can make a reasonable adjustment to what it is that we're doing, can't we? Our response is on something that we see, so we're responding to something that we've got in front of us. If that changes, or if I have a better understanding of what changes in front of me, then we can adjust what we do. And it's just a polite way of, like I say, again, requesting what it is that we're here to do. If you say,
here's a film from a public place.
Okay.
That's all there is to it, to be honest.
For any particular reason? Is it to go anywhere? Is it to...
My own recreation.
Okay. Do you have social media? Do you have...
It's just a recreational hobby. I know. It's a recreational hobby. Okay. Any member of the public can film anywhere from a public place.
Yeah.
And they don't need to account for their presence as well. You know that as well. So.
100%. I agree with that. It's 100% true. The same comes back to our body cameras. It's the same.
Yeah, but that's different though. if I worked for Tesco and the security start, likewise, they'd have to let them know as well. But anyway, should I tell him?
I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I've been polite enough.
You have, no, you have.
To just request what it is that we're doing. And like I say, this has come from, this incident, I'll be honest with you, this incident is sat with my inspector at the moment. Right?
Oh, this?
Yes, so just this, the fact that there's a gentleman at the police station filming, so that's sat with, not my sergeant, my inspector. Right?
So you want to satisfy him?
Well, he's got concerns the same as I've got concerns.
So you're not going to leave until you know what's going on, until you can tell him something?
I would probably need to discuss the incident, the matter, this discussion, this engagement with him at the very least, only because he's cited on this incident. So he has on his desk at the moment this incident open and he's looking at this. So I would need to ideally feed back to my direct line supervisor, which would be my sergeant, who could then, or in turn myself.
So you want me to do your job basically?
In terms of...
Or help you do your job?
Well, yeah, it's a job, isn't it? It's a job at the end of the day, and my job says that I've got to go to a job where there's a chap filming outside the police station and people have requested why, to find out why. Now, if I've got better understanding, I can pass that on, and then they're happy with that, then it trickles back down and we can all leave happy as Larry. But
right, go on, fuck it, I'll tell you. Basically, what it is, I'm conducting an audit of the police station. So you know how people's accounts and stuff gets audited? This is what's called an audit of the police station. Essentially, the purpose is to film profile buildings from public places, exercise your right to film from a public place, and gauge how the authorities happen to deal with it.
okay.
The aim is to obviously express your public photography right. You know, some would argue that it promotes transparency, open government. I'm not here to be like anti-police or come and try and wind people up. I mean, anyway, so that's the issue. I've got a social media channel. A lot of people are going to watch this. For the most part, you know, you're probably going to look pretty good because, as you said, you have been polite and whatnot. The camera thing, you have to let me know, and you should really identify with your name and stuff. So this is why I'm a little bit quizzed on certain things, because you know, it's not my job, but I need to know what I'm talking about if I'm going to come do this. So that's what it is. You can tell your inspector that's what it is. And yeah, have you never heard of this? You've never seen none of these videos online?
I've seen this stuff before, and I've had these encounters with people before.
Then why are you asking all these questions then?
Because you from the next person and them from the next person don't all have a common goal. People don't all have the same aim.
But
I'm sure you can appreciate that. Some people aren't here to conduct audits at police stations. Some people aren't here for, you know, non-malicious.
So you know about audits?
That way. Well, I don't know about the ins and outs of it. I've dealt with these sort of incidents before where I've had these discussions with people, but people haven't given me the same answers as what you've given.
In what, in terms of the auditing stuff?
Yeah, I've had different answers, which doesn't satisfy what it is I'm asking.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Kind of, yeah. But if you had just said, you could have just said, oh, is this an audit? And then you could probably tell.
But I haven't.
No, but
I haven't heard it referred to as that before.
Okay.
I've never heard somebody say I'm doing it.
Oh, right. So then again, you're not that well clued on it then. Well, now you will be.
No one's ever said that.
Okay, but you think they've had the same purpose as what I'm doing?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially.
Because
that's why I have to have these conversations.
Right. So we're happy now? We're happy with that? Satisfied I'm not here?
What I'll do is I've got to have a conversation with my line manager, so my sergeant, and then potentially the inspector before we come to a conclusion as to what it is we're doing. I don't know. I've got some guidance that's been given to us apparently. All right.
Guidance?
Yeah.
Wait, what was the guidance?
Well, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I've just had the conversation.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'll leave you to it. We're not going anywhere. So yeah.
Can I just ask you one more question?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Social media.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, I'm just asking. Like I said, I'm just asking. But if you don't
Sorry.
want to, that's fine.
You'll find out.
May not.
Yeah, I mean, listen. For the most part, you guys haven't been found doing any wrongdoing or anything like that. A lot of the times in the Met in London, I used to get detained under the Terrorism Act and stuff like that.
Well, like my colleague said, we initially start trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's how we start trying to gauge where you are and what you're doing.
I'm impressed that you didn't know what this is and you still didn't make those implications.
It's just the wording that you've used, like you said, audit. No one's ever called it
Yeah.
audit, if that makes sense.
I mean,
you get people like filming us and asking the same questions that you asked, but
okay, well, I can film from public,
Yeah.
But you know, it all ties into the same thing. It's all the same
never
objective.
Been referred to as an audit, if
Okay.
that makes sense, which is what my colleague was trying to say.
Okay, all right. So you did have a vague idea of what I was doing.
Like my colleague said, not every person has the same agenda. Not everyone have
Yeah.
the same thought process of why they want to film the police station or the public places.
Because it is becoming quite mainstream now. I don't know if you guys are based here or otherwise, but I went to Solihull, there's nothing really going on. I went to, how do you say that place? Stetchford or something? Nothing really going on. Yeah, is that how you say it? I don't know, I'm not from here, but yeah, I don't know, like...
You're from London then, from your accent?
Close.
Near London.
Nearabouts, yeah. So I figured we come all this way. But yeah, again, credit to you guys, like you were...
Is this what you do then, for a living, or...?
No, I don't do it for a living.
Just
Do it like recreational. But now I'm trying to do it more, trying to take it more seriously.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I always fix the variables. Like I don't go to one place and start being aggy and then be.
Just stay consistent.
I have to be. Otherwise,
It's fair then, isn't it?
otherwise it compromises the integrity of what I'm trying to do. I get criticised just as much as the police doing this. Trust
I
me.
doubt it.
Nah, believe me. Any
Is
little
your
thing.
friend then with you?
Yeah, he's just a muscle.
Muscle?
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. And we've travelled a bit of a distance, so it's nice to have a bit of company.
Where to next then? Other police stations? Or
Don't know any like notorious corrupt police stations that you'd like
Notorious corrupt
notoriously corrupt ones in West Midlands. If you can
None that I know of.
you can recommend them and we can audit them.
I don't think I'd ever recommend a notorious corrupt police station.
Say that again, sorry.
Then in my opinion there isn't any, but
There isn't any. You would say that though. How about you, my friend?
No, not that I know of.
So West Midlands never been like. Are you a police officer?
No.
Do you, are you meant to? If you want, I can switch the camera off if you need to do something. Yeah. Are you just watching?
Yes.
Do you know this? What this is? Have you seen my videos?
I haven't.
Oh, you have?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So what, West Midlands, there's no corrupt officers in West Midlands?
that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we come to the right place. There's none here. So, to be fair, so far they've all been calm. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the recording because.
Man, I've had a straight chat with the
Yeah.
inspector. He's happy with our discussion.
Yeah.
Obviously, as I've already stated, I don't need to know your details or anything like that.
Thank you.
That was already known by myself. I don't need to ask those questions.
Okay.
From what you've told us at this time, we're happy to leave you to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Again, you still might get conversations with people. Police
Yeah. I mean, it's raining. It's not. You know, we went and parked somewhere as well. We're not trying to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically it, really. It's
All
just
right.
as the conversation that we've had. Okay.
Okay.
I'll let the security know what
Yeah.
it is that you're doing and obviously your purpose, what it is. If they happen to come out, if the new shift comes on, if a late shift comes on and they aren't aware, and, do you know what I mean? To try and
Listen, we're not here to like. We don't want to waste any more time or anything like that. Like.
No.
Obviously, we've come here. We've exercised our right to film.
Yeah.
We found a common ground. Like we've explained what we're doing. We're not here to just
Yeah.
like. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this has gone pretty well, so that's it. Job done, really. Like objective.
Whilst we're here, before
Completed,
we leave,
yeah.
obviously, if you've got any questions for us, anything you want to raise, anything you want to discuss, anything you want to report.
No.
No. Happy?
No. Happy with that.
You know where we are.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time.
Okay.
Yeah. Take care.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Just only the one thing is try not to park on the double yellows. That's the only thing.
We know, but when we respond to an incident,
Oh no, but this isn't
we
an
have
emergency.
to get there as quick as we can, and that's the nearest place we could park to get to the incident.
Fair
That's
enough.
all it is.
All right.
That's all it is.
All right.
We'll move it as soon as practical. If we're going to do now.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Take care. Take care. See ya. All right, guys. Just gonna wrap that one up. You know, as I explained, you know, we've set out what we wanted to do. We're not going to hang around there waiting for shift changes and this and that to get another interaction. We'll just go on to the next place. For the most part, Lloyd House, police headquarters or whatever it's called, you know, they'll know, they've got the message, they've been audited, they've passed. Do you understand? So that's the job done, you know. A mystery shopper don't hang out at the same shop for 10 hours, innit, trying to find one wrongdoing. Like that's not how it works. So remember, when we're doing the audits, you know, we've got to fix the variables and do it in such a way where the test is fair and accurate from the sample that we've got. So yeah, gonna wrap this up. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, Berks_2H. Big up my boy that come with me, and he don't want to be on camera, but I'm gonna spot him again. My guy. All right then, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.